Now it's my pleasure to introduce Supreme Court Justice Bill Cunningham, who will swear in Auditor Adam Edelen, assisted by Melissa Narramore, and joined at the podium by Adam's sons, Wade and Hamilton.
No speech making yet, Wade. Well, I'd be fibbing if I said I wasn't as old as Martin Johnstone. But I do not know Adam Edelen since he was born. But I have known him long enough to consider this a great honor, privilege, and opportunity to swear Adam in as our Auditor of Public Accounts. I want to thank him and his family for allowing me this great privilege. If you're ready to take the oath of office, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Adam E. Edelen. I, Adam Edelen. Do solemnly swear. Do solemnly swear. That I will support the Constitution of the United States. That I will support the Constitution of the United States. And the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Kentucky. And the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Kentucky. And I will be true and faithful. And I will be true and faithful. To the Commonwealth of Kentucky. To the Commonwealth of Kentucky. As long as I remain a citizen thereof. As long as I remain a citizen thereof. And I will faithfully execute. And I will faithfully execute. The office of Auditor of Public Accounts. The office of Auditor of Public Accounts. For the Commonwealth of Kentucky. For the Commonwealth of Kentucky. In accordance to law. In accordance to law. I do further solemnly swear. I do further solemnly swear. That since the adoption of this present Constitution. That since the adoption of this present Constitution. I, being a citizen of this state. I, being a citizen of this state. Have not fought a duel with deadly weapons. I, being a citizen of this state, have not fought a duel with deadly weapons. Either in this state or out of it. Either in this state or out of it. Nor have I sent or accepted a challenge. Nor have I sent or accepted a challenge. To fight a duel with deadly weapons. To fight a duel with deadly weapons. Or acted as a second. Or acted as a second. In carrying such a challenge. In carrying such a challenge. Or aided or assisted. Or aided or assisted. Any person thus offending. Any person thus offending. So help me God. So help me God.
I'm impressed, Justice. I think you've administered that oath once or twice. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the great honor of my life to be here with you today. And in the 13 months and 75,000 miles that made up my campaign, introducing myself to the people of Kentucky, no matter where they were, in places large and small, I thought it important to share my family story, because I think at the end of the day, you can't tell who a person is unless you know a little bit about them. And I think what people learned about me in this campaign was that I was a young man born into perhaps difficult circumstances who was helped along the way by an outstanding family. And I want to acknowledge the contribution of my parents, Larry Edelen and my mother Susan, and our extended family, who are the reason that I'm here today. You know, I'm not sure it takes a village to raise every child, but it took a village to raise this one. Young man, a kid, often described as a handful. The Lord has seemed to pay me back in spades with my two sons, Hamilton and Wade, who sacrificed a lot of their father this year. And sons, it's for you that I serve. It's for your generation that I serve. It's for a belief that Kentucky can be what it ought to be, that the American dream can be available to every young Kentuckian, regardless of the circumstance that they were born into, whether their parents are of affluence or power, or whether they were born to a 17-year-old mother and a farmer father in rural Kentucky. Because my life mission, my service in public life, is all about a belief in human potential. It is my ultimate mission. It is the belief that anyone can make a contribution, anyone can serve their fellow man, that we all have an obligation as God's children to leave the world and our community a little better than we found it. And it's with that focus, it's with that effort, I'm excited to be your taxpayer watchdog. You know, historically, the two big obstacles, the two big barriers to progress in Kentucky have simply been corruption that often holds us back and it keeps us from giving the people of Kentucky a government as good as they are, and also a scarcity of resources in which to invest in our people. The opportunity to be the state auditor, to be the person who works for the taxpayer, who has the opportunity every day to get up and fight those two historic obstacles to progress in Kentucky is a duty I take seriously. And it speaks to a passion I have, because when I talk about human potential, when I talk about making sure that we have opportunity available for every Kentucky child, it's not an academic matter to me. It's the most personal matter of my life. Because if it weren't for people who were never supposed to have a chance, ended up getting a chance, I wouldn't be here today, speaking to the people who love Kentucky the most, in the shadow of giants who have made an enormous historical contribution to this state. It is an opportunity, it is an obligation that I will not step back from. My only loyalty, my only mission is to the people of Kentucky, to make sure that human potential is realized, that we have a government as good as our people, that we have the resources available to make investments in job creation and the world-class system of education that our kids deserve. At the end of the day, that's what it's about. So I'm excited to be here. I appreciate the opportunity. It's been a fantastic experience, the great adventure of my life so far, campaigning in communities like Paw Paw, all the way down to the New Madrid Bend. We need leaders who are serious about representing all people in Kentucky, regardless of what station in life they're in, where they're from, or what their views are. And I'm excited to be part of a new generation of leaders in Kentucky who are passionate about our future, who understand that we can only compete in a global economy by making sure that every child realizes their full potential. I'm also excited to be part of a new generation of leaders who are less partisan perhaps than our forefathers, who are more focused on outcomes, who are married to honest and effective government, and who are committed to making you proud. Ladies and gentlemen, I intend to do just that. Thank you very much.